Ow! Ow! Welcome to the Lao Jiaos Podcast. This is where we bring you unfiltered, unapologetic takes on the news, current affairs, and all the things people claim to understand but don't. I am your host, Thern Yang, and today I have my bro with me, Sing Yong.
Before you came on, we had a recording that was postponed to tomorrow. So actually today is much more relaxed. I'm not in a rush to finish things.
Yeah, I saw that the person has some flight issues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Flight delay.
Hopefully all is good. Producer did ask us to talk about Oscars. Sinners won. I know Mindad really likes the Sinners movie. He actually asked me to watch it. It's actually on HBO. Is it Max or HBO Max?
Yeah.
Just like K-pop Demon Hunters. Samu, sorry to you, I still have not watched K-pop Demon Hunters. Mindad, likewise, I have not watched Sinners.
The whole undertone of the movie and what it's trying to use it to talk about, I think is a very interesting concept. As in, we have seen so many vampires and this kind of like Demon Slayer kind of movie that I feel that this is a very interesting take on it that's fresh, and there is actually there's a connection to a social issue here. This year's Oscar is the 98th Academy Awards. So Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another took home 6 Oscars. Michael B. Jordan earned Best Actor in an upset over the favourite Timothée Chalamet.
Chalamet. Yeah, have I watched Dune? No, I've not watched Dune.
Yeah, but have you heard this controversy surrounding this Timothée Chalamet leading up to this Oscar?
Oh, the one he said something about he made some comments about something.
The theatre, the opera kind of thing. Right? He also spoke about that. I won't pursue this kind of traditional art form like the ballet, this kind of opera, this kind, and then gonna whack by people.
Hey, opera and ballet is traditional art forms for a reason. They have a lot of history, a lot of culture, there's so much training that goes on behind it.
If you don't need to whack. Why do you have to come out and say I won't pursue? Then what are you trying to say? Like I honestly can't appreciate opera, but I don't come out and say that hey, opera sucks. I'm not going to, if I had a chance, if I had a thing, I won't do that. The Timothée, he entered as the consensus favorite for Marty Supreme, but his pre-Oscar stuff like the cartoonish antics on his TikTok skits, mocking his rivals, and then his ping pong team costume, and then his tweets about calling the Academy out of touch boomers, and then he also, like you said, he called the traditional art forms, say he won't pursue this. A lot of backlash that fans say cost him the win.
Nah, I actually think that Michael B. Jordan did a very, very, frankly, superb job for Sinners. Like he had to play 2 different characters.
I feel that he torpedoed his own chances. Even if Michael B. Jordan didn't put out a good job, I felt that he was one of the favorites. But I think the Oscar over the years, you have known them to be trying to be politically correct, trying to be representative, trying to be inclusive. So I feel that all these things build up to him not winning. I think we can go on to segment of the week.
Yeah, segment of the week. Okay, so you asked me to do segment of the week, and just had a car contest this weekend. Actually, in fact, I have a very stacked schedule of cars all the way into until Labor Day. So for this weekend, I had the Mini Aceman JCW, kind of the entry level offering. Like the Aceman is kind of like the entry level offering for Mini in Europe, but then we are in Singapore, and everything European here is just priced to
damn X.
Yeah, just stupidly priced. So the one I drove is the performance version. It's $300,000.
What? So expensive? I thought like 180, 190 leh. Walao.
Oh, you wish, dude. You wish. It's a couple of dollars short of 300,000. The car had a twitchiness to it, which honestly made it very fun. It was a bit like, is that friend that most of the time are quite stable, but then every now and then he has that little like xiao, that crazy streak, the
like xiao
streak. This is the car. How to describe the car? Most, if you drive it normally, it's it's fine, but you start to push it, and then the xiao streak starts to come out. Honestly, I think my only complaint about it would be the very small battery size, which is like 54 kilowatts. It's very small. Could only get about maximum low 300s out of it on a full charge, which is not ideal. And I was trying to drive it gently as possible, and I still couldn't
last long.
Couldn't last long. But most minis, they are there's an inherent flaw about them. Like, they're not the most practical. They don't ride the best. They're not the most ergonomic. There's always a sacrifice when you elect to drive a mini. Except for the Countryman, that one has a lot of space. It's the really practical one. But the thing is that I think that is not a detriment. It is really what makes a mini, because you go into getting a mini, you know that you are getting lesser space, lesser ergonomics, less functionality, but you get. I mean, have you seen the dashboard of the smaller
Yeah.
mini? Nowadays the minis, it's not leather, it's
No.
not plastic.
Yeah.
It's like a fabric kind of material. And the
Correct.
texture is so nice, So like you get the mini character, you get the mini looks, and then when people look at it, the car, they're just very happy. They see the
Yeah.
car, it's like, damn, bro,
I
your car
agree.
looks damn good. That kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like I showed so many friends when I had minis. I had a couple of minis on test recently, and people look at it, it's like, wow, shit, bro, your car. I look at
Nice,
it, I
ah.
just feel so
Yeah,
happy.
chill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very chill. It's very chill.
Yep, yep,
And
yep.
people say like, oh, mini is like a girl, isn't it like a girl's car? No, bro. No. I mean, it depends on the color. Like you want to put one of those like flashy hot pink color,
Go ahead.
whatever. Go ahead. You want to put like some yellow, some green, some red, some like golden color. Yeah, dude, why not? Minis look great in so many colors. But once you start driving it, once you start like really pushing it, oh, it's like yeah, it's all worth it. If people like it so much. Mini is not an automotive brand, it is a lifestyle brand that just so happens to have an automotive slant. Yeah, that's the segment of the week, man, people.
Before our episode, a word from our sponsor.
And we're going to take a quick break in the podcast to thank our friends at CityMusic, one of Singapore's true pioneer in the music space. CityMusic has long been known as a go-to destination for musical instruments, but they've also been making big headway in audio and video equipment, especially for creators and podcasters. From guitars and pianos to audio interfaces, microphones, and even video recording equipment, CityMusic is true one-stop shop for everything music and content creation related, with options for every budget.
In fact, the audio you're hearing right now is recorded using the Zoom ZD-M1 mic, an amazing broadcast-style microphone that delivers professional quality sound on par with other big-name podcast mics, but at nearly half the price. It's proof that you don't have to overspend to sound great. A huge thank you to our friends at CityMusic, not just for this awesome giveaway, but for being a pioneer in the music space and for making sure creators, musicians, and podcasters always have the right equipment for whatever budget and setup they want.
CityMusic,
powering your sound, your music, and your content.
And now, back to the episode.
On to the meat and bones of, well, not say meat and bones, the meat and potatoes of what we are all here today. This is a combination of two stories that is happening in Singapore. Two restaurant chains that I don't really care for, Itacho and the Providore. So Cafe, Deli, and Grocer, the Providore, ate much, said, hey guys, we are closing. Like, just like that, poof, they're gone. Yeah, just everyone was surprised. Staff also realized that, just the day itself, like, hey guys, we're closing. Staff were like, huh? They felt hurt and angry to learn of the sudden shutdown. Only on the day it was made public, and they had little warning and were left scrambling emotionally and financially. Itacho Sushi, it's a subsidiary of Hong Kong's Taste of Japan Group, has quietly shut all its Singapore outlets, and then all remaining branches are now listed as permanently closed. Social media, local app, website, everything in Singapore is poof. Do you think this is a bigger conversation that, even like bigger chains, bigger F&B players are not immune to, the spate of F&B closures?
Sort of showed that the issue is not with businesses themselves, not just with businesses themselves. Because I think, I don't know whether you know or not, but when COVID came around, actually a lot of business stayed alive because government pumped money in. But a lot of businesses after government, sort of the help didn't carry on, then they started closing down. And then there was this talk in town that all the middle businesses get crushed, but the small and the big ones survives. Like for example, the kind of restaurant that got one outlet, they will survive. Hai Di Lao, the medium businesses, like all those that got three outlets, 4 outlets kind, medium kind one, that will get killed. So now it seems like all these big businesses like Providore or like Itacho, supposed to be MNCs from overseas, right? Also one by one closing. So maybe it's not just the issue of the businesses themselves not doing well, but I think a lot of other issues like maybe rising rent, and then a lot of these businesses, they see like China money coming in. If they can pay more, I give China money. I don't want to give it to like businesses like this kind of Itacho anymore. All this rent and rental is going to get more and more expensive only. Then only all the like big businesses like the China one that can throw money in, they will they will come in and take over.
Today, well, as we said earlier, today is the 16th of March, and then a couple of hours ago, T2T, which is an Australian brand, also announced its closure in Singapore. Their last day will be 25th March. So, 25% discount of all their stuff. Now, it still shows that, it's that even they are not immune, and they're not even like actual F&B. They're just more of a retail side, but they're also affected.
The overlying issue here is that all this rental and all these businesses is making it very hard to survive. Not just survive. I feel that small businesses, right, if you run it correctly, if you control your costs, if you just want to open one small store and survive, it's not difficult. But you want to scale and get bigger, right, unless a big investor come in and say, I invest in you, then I feel that it's very, very hard to scale the businesses up. Unless you're already a franchise, then you come from China, that kind I don't know what's that, Hunan, Xiangcai, this kind, then come, within 2 years, open 10 branch, 20 branch kind. Then that's a different story, yeah.
It's the China way, just come in and just dump a whole boat
throw money,
cash.
Just
throw money. Any problem, every problem is 丢钱.
Yeah. Don't you feel that nowadays when you go shopping malls, you just keep seeing that few big brands, then you don't see really organic Singapore food unless it's out of shopping malls.
Okay, this is going to sound like a really unpopular opinion, but if the government were to step in to regulate F&B, say, okay, not so much foreign brands coming in, to get more local brands to start up and that kind of thing.
So for this, right, I feel that shopping mall you cannot change because I understand it's a place for people to make money and everything. But I think what the government is not doing enough of is if you go to some places like Taiwan, they will designate one area and say, okay, so this is just a culture area. So all the culture business, right, be it F&B or be it small merchandise shops or bookstores, you go this culture area, it's a subsidized rental. I feel that they can do this kind of thing to support local businesses and give them a small piece of land where, it's the rental is better, or you want to support causes like this, right? So I know that they're doing it. They're doing things like, for example, enabling village. They're doing things like giving some spaces for some of these businesses like New Baru. But I feel that they're not doing this enough to support local F&B players.
Then again, you have places like Lau Pa Sat, which I feel is just an absolute
tourist
trap. My first job, my office was at Cecil Street. My office literally overlooked the back of Lau Pa Sat. So every day about 5+6, they'll start to set up the charcoal fires. And then they will start to close the street down. And then you see them I walk past it to get to my bus stop to take the bus home. Then it's you smell it, it's wow, very shook. But then actually when you eat it, not so good. The prices, very expensive. Okay, I think we should stop talking about food because that cuts out a lot more. Alright, second news. So, on the 12th of March, a video went viral of an elderly man on SBS Service 36B was filmed repeatedly yelling vulgarities such as shut up, shitface at a woman who allegedly asked him to move his bag off a bus seat. He accused her of being highly educated and wealthy but having no brains and mocked her responses, growing increasingly agitated. So when she took out her phone to record him, he escalated the confrontation by hitting her with his own phone and striking her. Even after another commuter stepped in and told him to stop, prompting louder shouts and a brief commotion among passengers. Maybe you should take this one because if I say what I want to say, I tell you that's just gonna cut this entire segment out.
No, I just feel that this is pure selfish behavior, and then just two idiots that can't keep their head cool. Because if you ask me, right, it's quite common to see people put the bag there. They will sit one seat and then they'll put the bag the other side. Okay, or there'll be those idiots that cannot just move into the window seat and they have to sit the seat outside. Yeah,
Singaporeans 真的是没有公德心. When they had to put up, the bus companies had to put up the signs to tell people don't kiao car on the seat opposite you. I think we said this before on another episode.
But the auntie is still being caught doing this shit, As in after the news came out that there's this auntie that put her leg out.
You know what's worse? Those uncle auntie who going to clip their toenails on the bus. I've seen it.
So I just feel that this kind of behavior is just inconsiderate. Then I also don't have a solution of how you can educate these people to be quote unquote considerate. Like you say, if someone say, hey, don't do this, then they don't hear. I mean, they don't take in the advice. Then what can you do? Slap them,
Okay,
or throw them out the window.
That would be my preferred method of dealing with it, But unfortunately, that's not legal because that's assault. My preferred solution to this would be to once you reach above a certain age, like say 65 or 70 years old, you have to take this civics and morality tests. Last time we have the civics and morality, the civics lesson back in our school days, right, primary school days. to decide whether or not they'll be allowed out in public.
Okay.
Because I know it's a very I mean, I'd much rather throw people out the window because that's a much simpler solution. These ODs, right, these senior citizens, I mean, like, Asian culture, you say, oh, respect your elders, that kind of thing. But what happens if the elders behave in such a manner that
exactly
do not warrant respect?
Not warrant respect.
But more or less warrant, well, more severe response. I'm not saying to slap them. I really want to. Lord knows how many times I wanted to slap older people on the train. Plenty. Once you reach a certain age, you should be subjected to like a civics and morality test to see how you would, how would you react, how would you behave in public.
I feel that you should ask me, right, the most effective way to do this, Singaporeans hate this, but fines. Okay, so there are two ways to do these fines. I feel that one way, you either say that every time I catch a senior, or not just senior, any idiot doing irresponsible things on the bus, right, I add your bus fare forever 10 cents more. You see which idiot try. Okay, that's number one.
Don't say 10 cents, bro. 50 cents.
50 cents more, 10 cents more.
50 cents will really
你有本事你去买车啦，你不要 take public transport, okay? Then the second thing is, I think Denmark or which country has this rule where every time people commit an offense, right, the fine, right, they will collect all the fines. End of the year, right, all the drivers that don't have fines, they will do a lucky draw to see who gets the money that paid by all the people that paid fines. So I feel that you can do something similar. Okay, every time like this auntie kill car or like do something stupid, right? Okay, collect $50 here, collect $100 here. End of the day, right, we do a SBS transit, one big lucky draw. Wow, like 4D and that shooks, yeah.
Actually, no. I think what would be better is just don't 4D, don't like select 4D, and then like let people who bring down the money, disperse it to those charity or NGOs or people. I think that'll be better. But yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Like, you raise their fares by 50 cents. Wow, you suddenly see all the auntie uncle suddenly behave like
I tell you, nothing more useful. And then you don't even need something. You don't even need something very complicated, because like I know all the bus checks that the uncle come out to check whether you tap in, tap out. They just got this machine, right? Then you can just give all the bus driver one machine. So if the bus driver call the HQ and say, hey, got this fucker doing this, right? The HQ say, can, you are what? We give you the authority to find that fucker. Then you go find lah. Then just tap the what? All the senior got the passion silver card, got your face on. I tap in. That's it. Next time your trip no more 0.89 cents, is 0.99 cents already.
No, 0.99 cents, bro. Make it 1.49 cents. More expensive than even the normal EasyLink card. Wow, that one damn shock already, bro.
Then can you imagine every time you tap out, right? Like I adult tap out, I see 160. Then I see, why this uncle tap out also 160? No, this fucker do something stupid before. It's like gonna shame in public, eh?
Shooks, yeah. Then there should be a special like senior, that kind of thing, is, or the students is TT, right? Yeah. Then the shame ones should be TT, like extra.
Yes. I agree.
Extra beeps to let everyone know that this is you got an asshole on board.
Correct. Yeah. Actually, that will be fun. Yeah. If SBS wants me to present to their CEO, I'm very happy to just give me 10 minutes. I go in and present some charts and.
Bro, don't need 10. Just give me 5. I would make a fantastic case. I mean, I'm just waiting. Didn't Parliament also pass legislation to say that those people who play music too loudly on the buses and trains can be
correct.
Fine. But that one, is it in effect already, or is it not so soon?
I think in effect, but I don't think anybody has been quote unquote fined for it. And then, okay, maybe they do, but I didn't see in the news.
Guys, hit us up. SBS, LTA, SMRT, go ahead.
Tag all this.
We shall tag all this when the video releases. Okay, last story. A video went viral for a lady. She tried to apply for BTO, 4-room BTO. Mind-boggling, 13 times in the last 3 years, but was still unable to secure a unit. She called it a wild goose chase, and then urged others to cap their weight and consider resale flats instead, which she did. And while HDB clarified SBF units are open to all Singaporeans, netizens vented frustrations over repeated failures for first-timers.
I am of the view that, end of the day, right, this is public housing. We will want the best of public housing in the sense that we want this housing to be in good area. We want this housing to be in like areas that 5 years later, 10 years later, I sell got resale value kind. You can't say that all Singapore areas have the same resale value, which is why actually the places that she BTO is all the places that is overly subscribed, high potential one. And I understand that, right? But if you are really, the HDB response I totally understand, which is that if you are in a rush, right, then you might as well just go for the places like Yishun. You apply, right, don't need to queue one, you confirm get one. I have a lot of friends that get Yishun, they tell me, 200,000 only, 3 room or 4 room, you say can get.
Yeah.
Then the money they say they spend on a good car.
or on renovation or whatever, or good car. Yeah, but bro, you know what's the issue or not? Giant moths, cat killers, xiao lang, random murders.
Bad Wi-Fi.
Bad Wi-Fi. And if Godzilla were to attack Singapore, that's where they attack first. Yishun. It's like, guys, Yishun, the flats are cheap. That's like, Yishun flats are cheap for a reason, because you got a whole bunch of crazies just running around the entire estate. Take your pick, you know what you want, all the things I just said. And then then I was like, oh, but Yishun got 2 parks. Yeah, one park is full, too many bodies, you can always dump it in the other park.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. One park full, dump it in the other park, then let the authorities go and find the body there, or maybe the other bodies are still buried in the park somewhere.
Some places there will be a lot of people trying to apply for it, and then it's a matter of luck when it's more than what is being catered for.
I will not move to Marsiling, I will not move to Woodlands, I will not move to Sembawang, I will not move to Canberra. You know why I will not move to these 4 places? Because it is so damn far from the express. Okay, actually Marsiling, no. Marsiling is actually right beside the expressway. But Woodlands, Admiralty, Sembawang, Canberra, they are so far from the expressway. 10-15 minutes just to drive to the expressway, I mean, in Singapore context, but like for me, like where I am in Jurong, I'm like 5 minutes from the express, less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, but so before we move on to the next topic, right, our producer here has a suggestion which I think is actually quite interesting and quite applicable. If people fail to get a BTO after 5 applications, they'll be given a free second ballot whenever they apply for BTO in non-matured estates. So an additional ballot will be included once they reach increments of 5, means that 5, 10, 15 like that. So do you think this will work?
Hopefully. Where is like the per se non-mature estate in Singapore nowadays? Off the top of my head, Tengah, that is like Tengah lah. Where else is like non-matured? Punggol, Sengkang, even that place.
Actually, they are almost mature already. Yeah,
almost mature. I mean, I wouldn't live in like the Punggol, Sengkang area that you need to take a fucking LRT to go there, because I had to take the LRT here at Sengkang recently, and I tell you,
Punggol Coast there, the Punggol Coast. Wow.
Punggol Coast. Okay, Punggol Coast. The flats there the view is really nice. It's really, really nice. The air is really fresh and everything. But to get there is such a pain,
So you see, with this kind of issues, right? How do you want Singaporeans to have more babies? We can't even get the dreams of our home. Sorry, the home of our dreams.
Small spaces.
Okay.
All right, and now to my favorite segment, the Alamak Meter. So let's start with a round of quick fire news. So Property Lim Brothers, Melvin, shout out bro, is rolling out a code of conduct on workplace relationships, behaviors, and dress, plus an anonymous whistleblowing channel with serious violations risking termination. The move follows ex-CEO Melvin Lim's January 2026 resignation over an alleged affair with VP Grace Tan. I already know the answer.
This is just plain alamak lah. Come on. I mean, how do you say, when your reputation already in the gutter already, then you come say all the saga over already, then you come out say, okay, so this is what we're going to implement. Shouldn't you have announced this like the week after the saga broke out, to sort of say, okay, that's enough, this is what we're going to do and move on. After everything blow over, and then you have a second saga on the Low Hei one, then you come out and say this. Then I feel like, a bit too late already, please.
I mean, I remember the article also said that they lost a couple of clients or so as a result of... So I'm like, what's the point of even doing this? It's like...
No, I'm really interested to interview not only the people that were involved in the alleged affair, but also the person that had to do the cleanup. Because I always wanted to know, like, what's the perspective of the person that has to do a cleanup? Like, what's the aftermath of like this kind of thing broke out? Like, what's the first thing you do? How you do crisis management? I always feel that it's very interesting.
Property Lim Brothers. All right. Singaporean food blogger and reviewer Botak Jazz, aka Jazz Ang, who is known for his Hokkien Mee reviews, sparked backlash after dressing as a monk, complete with shaved head, prop, and ropes. And then I know his partner dressed as the other person from the Journey to the West. I can't remember the Guan Yin Ma. Guan Yin Ma. While filming it, 2 Bukit Batok hawker stalls, 777 fried Hokkien Mee, fried Hokkien prawn mee, and Yong Heng fried squid prawn mee. So, of course, people online slammed the stunt as disrespectful to Buddhism and calling it out on its offensive cultural mockery.
I don't see why you need to wear this to go review food when 99% of our videos I see you in a normal t-shirt, shorts. It's borderline on religion. Like, unless you really want this to go viral, then why are you doing such a dumb thing? I'm not even saying whether it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
I'm saying that once you put this out, confirm got people like whack you one. Then what for you do?
No, I think he knew what was going to happen, but I think he still went ahead with it because they say all publicity is good publicity. But
Could be.
people don't forget that this shit happened. I mean, some people are saying the Buddhists most Buddhists that like 2 days a month they are vegetarian, and then like, even the vegetarian Buddhists
Correct.
they avoid onions, they avoid garlic, they avoid
Correct.
all these kind of like strong
Eggs,
smelling ingredients so like, which is everything Hokkien Mee has lah. So it's like all the more disrespectful lah. Chinese people, well, we are Chinese lah, tend to be more tone deaf when it comes to cultural and religious and racial issues. And I think this is just one of those instances lah. Okay, and with that, we've come to the end of our Lao Jiaos podcast. I wish we could end on a happier note. If you like the episode, please remember to like and subscribe. We have an episode that comes out every Friday at the same time, which is 8-9 a.m. every Friday. And then if you're into football, we have the Football Kaki that drops every Wednesday, and our Kopi Bro show, where we interview fun, unique, amazing guests from all around Singapore, maybe sometimes out of Singapore, every Monday. And with that, we hope everyone has a great week ahead. But remember,
we don't always talk cock,
but sometimes we do.
Ow, ow, ow.